Hello my viewer, welcome to Sans TV, where we get to bring you the news updates. I am your host Catherine Ngovi, and my sign language interpreter voicing Esther Kendi. Let's head on straight to the news update. President William Samoei Ruto has ignited what could become a clash between the executive and the legislature, accusing members of the National Assembly of fostering corruption by demanding bribes from Cabinet Secretaries and Governors. Speaking during a Devolution conference in Homa County, the head of state criticized lawmakers for allegedly turning parliamentary committees into money-minting schemes rather than focusing on their oversight mandates. President Ruto urged both houses of parliament to uphold integrity and accountability, warning that the misuse of legislative authority undermines the public trust and the county's governance.
That we must call out. There is money being demanded from the executive, from governors, from ministers, from people in the executive, especially those who go for accountability before our houses of parliament. It cannot continue to be business as usual. It is not possible that committees of parliament demand to be bribed, demand to be paid for them to write reports or to look the other way for what is happening in either the national government or the county government. I have made it absolutely clear to the chair of the Anti-Corruption Commission, to the CEO of the Anti-Corruption Commission, that there will be no sacred cows and there will be no telephone call from anywhere below or above to stop anybody from being prosecuted for matters corruption.
Senate committees have had to encounter hostilities when they visit counties in exercise of the oversight mandate.
We must hold the executive to account. Parliament is not a branch of the executive. We must be bold, whether the experts are our friends or not. We have passed legislation.
Somebody who has stolen public funds and then goes to court and gets something called anticipatory bail makes it impossible for such a person to be arrested.
Has criticized his predecessor, Rigathi Gachagua, for repeatedly using offensive language to boost his popularity, saying it has tarnished both his image and that of other leaders locally and internationally. Speaking at his Irundini home while hosting women grassroots leaders in the Rokaniti County, Kindiki expressed concerns over the trend, urging Gachagua to prioritize policy-driven policies instead of insults. The Deputy President also called on women across the country to play a central role in guiding and nurturing the youth, encouraging them to reject leaders who promote violence and divisive rhetorics.
Sijui wapi hata anatukana. Unatukana nani wewe? Wewe unajua sisi ni kina nani? Naona tu wakiongea na wako na kiburi. Mtu akuja ongea mambo yake lakini akuwe na heshima. Wewe ukuja ongea, ukimaliza ukwende. Lakini ukikuja na maneno ya pelepele mingi, utajua sisi ni kina nani jameni. Mimi nataka sisi wote kama wazazi tujihusishe kuambia vijana wetu, unaweza kuwa na maoni tofauti. Labda haukubaliani na mbunge, labda haukubaliani na principal wa shule, labda haukubaliani hata na rais. Lakini sema yale mambo bila kuharibu mali, bila kuharibu biashara.
County. This follows delays in the identification process, with DNA samples analysis taking longer than expected. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen revealed that the families of the victims have not come forward to assist in the identification, slowing down the conclusion of the process. He noted that more than 300 bodies remain unidentified. Authorities say that the mass burial will allow the government to manage the remains respectfully while investigations into the Shakahola tragedy continue.
Wengi, Siaya, Kisumu, all those places. Now, relatives in that place do not know that the person they lost actually went to Shakahola and they died there. So they are not even presenting themselves for DNA test. We are about to make a decision as government to see if we can inter the remaining parts or bodies because of lack of any further people have come out for DNA, and maybe just create a memorial center within the Shakahola itself. Also, they take advantage of the vastness and the of the land we are talking about an area of forest of 100,000 acres and so forth.
The Kenya Pipeline Company are calling for firm assurances on their jobs as the government prepares to sell majority stake in the state-owned corporation. The move has sparked anxiety among employees who fear the change will lead to massive joblessness. The Kenya Petroleum Workers Union Secretary General George Okoth said 742 unions employees are concerned about possible redundancies. He accused the government's management of ignoring workers' pleas despite holding several sensitization meetings on the matter. The union is urging the government to put in place measures that will protect workers' rights during the privatization process. It insists that no employee should be unfairly dismissed as a result of planned sale.
We believe that KPC, if put in proper and safe hands, it can deliver more. We can realize this money that is being sought here within a short time without necessarily going to privatization. We want to be guaranteed that the remainder of our life at KPC, we are not going to see this thing called redundancy.
Heads of state are endorsing the unification of the Nairobi and Luanda peace process aimed at resolving the conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. In a joint resolution, the leaders agreed that merging the two initiatives will strengthen coordination, streamline mediation efforts, and accelerate the restoration of peace in Eastern DRC. The decision comes amidst renewed calls for consolidated approach to address the humanitarian crisis and persistent insecurity in the region. The head of state has approved the appointment of the former Botswana President Eric Masisi as a newly formed 5-member facilitation panel that will oversee the harmonization of peace process. The panel is expected to engage all parties in the conflict and regional stakeholders and international partners to deliver a comprehensive roadmap to stability.